Hey y'all, it's Knitting in Our Jeans. Welcome
Hi.
back if you're returning, and thank you
God
for...
help you if you're returning. I mean, really, I am truly amazed. People keep coming back, and I'm so happy you do, but I'm amazed, too. And for anybody who's new, God bless your little heart. You know, we're so happy that you're here and joining us for a Sunday evening. We've had a busy weekend.
We have.
Yes.
Today
Yes.
has been busy, but in a very quiet way.
Well, yesterday was the wedding.
Yesterday was the wedding, and you and I are recovering.
Yes. Yes.
So just an update on why we're saying that. So I have, instead of just spending my Saturday evening and or just my Sunday with my family, I came in on Friday because I had to drop my car off to get inspected. And then we did dinner, and then I promptly fell asleep on the couch because apparently that's the theme this week, because I did it a bunch of times at home this week, like during the work week, and then, of course, woke up and put myself to bed. But no, I just conked out on the couch Friday night, and then we woke up, and on Saturday, I was supposed to get my teeth cleaned. That did not happen.
No.
The one downside to your father being your dental professional is that when you are his first appointment in the morning,
He blows you off.
sometimes he blows you off.
We need to put you in the middle of the morning, so he's already working.
Yeah.
Up and working.
Yeah.
So anyway,
So,
then, go ahead.
So then we got ready and we went to Astoria for our friend's wedding.
Yes, St. Francis of Assisi is the church. We had a great parking spot. We were early.
Like an hour early.
Yes, we had misread the invitation. That was
Yeah,
fine
it was
because we
good.
got a great parking space in front of one of the neighbors who was decorating for Halloween. They were going all out. They had all kinds of ghosts floating around.
It was great.
It was fantastic.
And yes,
made new friends.
And if anyone is in the area, yes, they do have a parking lot for that church. However,
we didn't know
we
that
got
we could park
burned the last time we were at
one
a wedding.
of the weddings. One of the
weddings
down
in the
in
recent
Philadelphia.
past in Philadelphia had some parking issues with parking lots. So we were like, it's New York. I wouldn't put it past them. So we decided to park on the street, and we parked, just around the corner. It was lovely. The ceremony was wonderful.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Church well decorated. It was really nice.
Yes, and then we went up to Rye to Whitby Castle for their reception.
Which is an old building, although not all parts of it, because I can tell you that some of the places I think the dining room where we were was not old. It's certainly been renovated. But when you look it up, it's from the 19th century or early 20th. So it is an original, parts of it are an original old building. Mm-hmm. It looks like a stone castle, so if any of you are from Long Island and have seen Sands Point Castle, a Hempstead House.
Or Oheka.
This is a smaller version. And it is on the Rye Golf Course, so it has lovely grounds down to Long Island Sound. So it was really very pretty, and of course last night the weather was lovely. Some of the people said that there was a deer out on the golf course.
There were.
I didn't see them.
I know. Well, you
Every
had to
time I
look
turned
very
around,
close because they looked like pheasants from where we were.
Well, either that or they went away really fast. But I didn't see them. I'll take everybody's word for it. So yes, and the cocktail hour was lovely. The food was really good. Mm-hmm. The food for dinner is fine. It's just that having food allergies, it's a little more difficult.
Especially when it's a Italian and Portuguese wedding.
Yes, they love cheese.
So yeah, that was
cheese and butter.
That was a little difficult. But it was fine.
But it was fine, and because we'd had such a munificent cocktail hour, we were able to be well fed. And they didn't have to take a lot of extra care for us, which is really good. And there was dancing. We had a good table.
We did.
And we didn't know anybody at the table before. But now I know one of her cousins who's living in Rome. And next time I'm in Rome, I'm going to give her a call.
Very good.
Shoot her an email. Maybe we can get together for dinner or something.
Lovely.
So that would be very nice. So I had a really good time last night.
I did too.
Yes.
But yes, so that's what we did. And then today we declared it as a no leaving the house day,
Right.
as we call them, because Mom had to get a bunch of homework done, and I didn't feel like leaving the house.
No.
And unfortunately, my father not accidentally, the house was trying to kill us, fell down the stairs on Friday night, so he's still a little sore from that.
He doesn't want to admit it.
He's not admitting it, but he's
you ask, how are you doing? I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing wrong with me. I'm fine.
But yeah, and then I'm realizing that you can see it. So I got a nice little sunburn on Friday during the day. I went to the new Sweet Green location, which is a salad place at Bryant Park.
Really good.
Yeah, and so they were doing a free salad for the first 400 in line. My coworker and I did not need to be in line as long as we did because the line after us kind of petered out. But you didn't know it. You
just don't know.
And I ended up getting sunburn. But
we covered it up yesterday.
Okay. Yes, we
did. Concealer.
Yes, we did. So what are you working on over there, Mom?
I am working on something that I probably should not have cast on, but
that's okay.
Such is life. When I'm up here in my study and I'm waiting for the computer to load, often when I'm doing grades, I submit it and then I'm having to wait for the program, which is known as Moodle, to reload, and it can take forever. So I cast on this scarf hood thing.
Howl by Stephen B.
Howl, yes. Hood Cowl by Stephen B.
It's from the Minneapolis Yarn Crawl.
I believe so. Yes.
For a time it was free. I don't know if it is still free.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
But I'm not sure.
But I'm pretty sure when we found it, it was free.
Yes, and so I had bought this yarn. Hold on.
We have to get the second ball.
3 balls.
Oh, 3 balls. Oh, right, because it's the cowl and then the hood.
Yes. So I had bought these 3 balls of yarn just for this project because last year I lost my hat. Mm-hmm. Very upsetting. So I said,
and because you said that you wanted something that would cover your ears and wrap
the whole
around your
thing.
neck.
So I have cast it on. I'm doing it in fingering, and the pattern is for both DK or fingering. With fingering, you cast on, I believe it's 275. Yes, 275 stitches. So you're knitting the scarf, the long piece, and so what it is and you're making these bubbles. Welts. And so it's purling a certain number of rows and then knitting a certain number of rows and then it explodes into the hat. So I think it's going to be really cool. So I have started on that. And then I also have something I haven't started with my thrummed mittens, but that yarn is over there.
I see it.
Yes. I don't know how that's going to look with a fuchsia coat either, but
who cares?
Probably ghastly.
Who cares?
But anyway, so I did cast these on, and they're perfect for working up here in my study because I don't take them down. I don't take it downstairs, and it's always sitting here for me. So I have that.
Good.
What are you working on so assiduously here?
So another theme for the week. I have not been knitting much. I don't know if I said last week, but I got put on a new project at work, so I'm now on 2 projects, which is great. One is ending, one is starting.
Which is at work very late.
On Monday, I didn't leave the office until about right around 8 o'clock.
She gets in at 8 o'clock. That's a 12-hour day.
Yeah, so that was a bit much. And then I did a volunteer day on Wednesday, where we didn't leave. We did a food. We worked with the New York Common Pantry up at 110th and, or it's like 109th and Central Park on the west side. So I guess it's 5th. I don't remember what it is. But it's a lovely organization, and we worked in the food pantry during the day, and then about 5 of us did the evening meal that they provide to the community on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. So we did the Wednesday meal. And so I haven't had much energy when I've gotten home. But with standing in line on Friday for my salad and Mom driving to the wedding yesterday, I finished section 2 of my oak part cowl.
Nice.
I'm going to let you all in on a little secret. I picked up the wrong edge of section 1 to start section 2, so we're going to do it a little bit differently than the pattern says. So we're just going to make it work. Right. So I actually bound it off I started binding it off when we were still waiting in the church for the ceremony to start. And then I finished binding it off in the car, and I picked up for section 4. And I am 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 ridges into 31, well, 32 technically with the bind off, that I need for this section. And then I will move on to section 5, which I think, if I look at the pattern, I think that's the other long section, but let me take a look. Section 5. No, section 5 is here. Section 2, no, I'm on section 4 then, if I can count.
Can't count.
I can't count. So section 4 will be up here, which will be that
long
small,
piece.
thin piece of also, hopefully I'll have enough, of the Nevertheless on Smashing. And then section 5 for the cowl is on this side. When you add the thin pink piece over here, you add another 2 colors up here. I don't know. I'm still not sure how I feel about having Osgood in there. Because there's going to be this, so there's only 3 sections of it in the whole scarf. They kind of stand out, but I think that's good. It gives it a little bit of dimension and in terms of color.
I think it catches your eye.
Because it'll be this section. Above here is color 3, which is AKA, and then another section of this one. So it'll look really interesting. I'm really excited. I hope to get it done by the 30th so that I can submit it for House Cup, but we'll see. Because then I also have to do the borders. Either way, it will be submitted for a incomplete. I will also be submitting my tailspin, and yes, I know I decided to wind those skeins of the Babs toes for some baby hats. I just, again, have not had the energy to do that.
When the sofa calls you, it's really difficult.
It's really hard.
I've been coming home a couple nights tired, so I'll sit down, and the next thing I know, I'm out. So it's just the way it goes. Yeah.
And then, what else have you been working on?
I've been working on a couple things.
So that I don't monopolize it.
Well, I was going to take it over in a little bit.
Well, yeah, but I figured let's be a little fair here.
I've made some progress in this cowl.
You have.
I think you can see more of the poppies.
Yeah, it looks really good.
They're dancing around.
I'm really impressed.
So, and then, well, this is a blank space. It will soon have up here more of the poppies. So the poppies clear out of this section, and then they come around to this section. And I've been fixing mistakes all afternoon. So because if I stop in the middle of a row, I forget which poppy I'm on, and I've been putting random poppies in.
Also, because last night, yes, I did fall asleep on. Mind you, we got home at like 11:15 last night, which is not late for us for a weekend. So we stayed up and watched a little bit of Saturday Night Live. Again, I fell asleep on the couch, completely dead on arrival. And all of a sudden, I'm woken up, being told to either go to bed or move to the other part of the couch that is more comfortable. Because
this wasn't sleep knitting though.
But you said, I don't know if I'm sleep knitting or not.
So I wasn't.
I'm going to bed.
Yes. There's sometimes I've gotten to the point I really don't push through. I just go down. And I could see that that was what was coming next. So, no, I didn't have any slipping. Some of the problems I was finding were down in here.
Oh, my goodness.
So I think I fixed everything.
Good.
And I'm trying to be really good at counting. So I end up in the right places. That is going to be one strange looking poppy, but it's according to the rules. So some poppies just look weird.
Yeah.
Yep. So I've been working on this pretty well. I have not been good at doing 2 rows a night. I've been late a couple nights also. In this coming week, I'm going to be late on Wednesday night. I have to give I'm giving a talk to the honors program, the liberal arts honors program. And the title of my talk is, "It isn't work if it's fun." So I'm supposed to give a short synopsis of who I am and then what's a research project I'm going to be telling about my ethics game.
Oh, gosh, yes.
So the professor who runs this is Dr. Brian Chalk, and he thought that was pretty cool.
Nice.
So I'm going to be doing that. So Wednesday's going to be a late night. But we really don't have anything planned for the weekend, so that's good.
No, I've got a lunch thing on Saturday, but that's it. Like a 2:30 restaurant
date.
Reservation. There we go. That's the word.
That's the word.
And then I was going to come over and hopefully bang out that skirt. I cut the chiffon today.
Yes.
Because last weekend, if we all don't recall, or if I noticed it after we recorded, I cut one piece. Not right. Wrong.
Not exactly
but
right.
Not
it was
correct.
It's fixable.
It is fixable. It's not that big of a deal. So
it's only a big deal at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. So I wanted to be, or no, it was like, I'm pretty sure I noticed it during the Emmys, looking at it, because I was cutting it Saturday, and then Sunday I was just looking at it. So I'm pretty sure I noticed it after we recorded. And so I had a minor freak out, and so then could not cut the chiffon.
And I agreed.
Which is good.
Having had a moment of disability there. Much better just to put it off, but she's managed to cut the chiffon. And
I've cut the chiffon. I have managed to not screw it up. I pinned, like, the end of one pin is here, here's the next pin. Like, I was like, we are not having it move. Slippy. It's very slippy.
Very slippy.
And unfortunately, this fabric was not woven in the pattern. It was printed in the pattern.
Yeah, the dots are printed.
So, it's a polka dot. Well, I mean, they're not random, but in terms of grain line,
on the straight of grain.
Yeah.
Or they're not on the cross grain. So in order to match them, you'd have to waste a lot of fabric.
And I don't feel like doing that.
No.
Because it's a beautiful fabric, and I think we could probably get at least a top or something out of it.
Probably.
Yeah. So
you've been doing that.
So I've been doing that all day. I pinned. So we're only doing the skirt pieces out of that. So I pinned those and I cut those. And so we need to sew those. And I did cut out the pattern pieces for the top.
Oh, okay.
No, the pockets are in the poplin.
Right.
So I did those last week. So I just need, and we ordered the zipper for the top.
Yes.
I realized that in order to wear the top, it needs a zipper.
A separating zipper.
A separating zipper. Mood does not carry many separating zippers, so we ordered it.
They're focused on them. Their separating zippers are more like coat zippers.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just not quite the right size for this top.
Yeah. So we ordered that, and we ordered the thread for
my
our coats. Well, could be for both of our coats. We'll see.
They're both fuchsia?
Mine's that purple-pink plaid.
That's true.
That's true. So I figure next week I'll come over and we will hopefully do the skirt. Mm-hmm. I find it so funny that I made the muslin and I was like, I can do this! This is great! And then I realize, now I'm like, this is the real thing. I'm gonna screw it up. I'm not gonna screw it up. I'm just like, okay, pockets. Pockets are gonna be put where? Okay, how are we gonna deal with the chiffon? And then I realized there are pleats on the side fronts. I guess I do the pleats on the poplin and on the chiffon separately.
I'll have to look at it.
We'll have to look at it.
Yeah, I do think the chiffon should just lay there and be tied down to the pockets.
Right, and at the waistband. It should be its own skirt.
I think so.
Right.
I think so. That'll make it floatier.
Yeah.
Would you like to see what else I've been working on?
I would like to see what else you've been working on.
Well, Poppy's...
Oh my goodness!
Poppy's sweater now has...
A sleeve!
A sleeve.
Well, the start of a sleeve.
Yes. And this thing is the most amazing contraption.
Oh my god, Mom is so excited about these.
Now, let me see if I can get one of the backboards. Probably not. Oh, please. You mean I've thrown out all the black backboards? Wait a minute. It's a metal
needle holder.
Needle holder. I can't believe what happened to all of them. Well, there's 3 more someplace. I don't know what I've done with them. I don't even know the name of them. I'm going to have to find them. Anyway, I ordered them from Amazon, I believe. And they're metal. So, I don't know if you all were in on the fact that I broke one of my darn pretty needles, I guess about a year ago or so. Yeah. I took the needles, stuffed them into the yarn ball, rolled it up, stuffed it into my bag, put it in the car along with all my stuff from school. And when I got home, one of those needle tips was broken off at about halfway. It was not a small needle. It was a size 8. I have no idea what happened. It happened in the bag. And it exploded because it wasn't just broken, but there were pieces that had come off. So I don't know whether it had a nervous breakdown or what. But if it has a nervous breakdown, it's going to have it within this thing. So I've gotten a total of 5 of these. And since I generally work with wooden needles, I think it's a great safeguard. So anyway, I picked up for the sleeve, and I think it's looking pretty good. There are no holes, and I'm working on the decreases and going down, and I am just thrilled with this. So,
Is it a straight sleeve cap? Or is there some short?
We'll see what happens. Is it goes like this? It's a straight sleeve cap because
it's a bit of a drop shoulder.
Drop shoulder, and there's going to be a button band of about 1.5 inches on the inside. So that's what gives it the drop shoulder effect.
Okay.
So I looked at that just to see like how is that working. So it's different than the sleeve pattern that's in this, which is the knits. This actually gives you the sleeve cap that comes down and then you go straight down. So it's a little different, but I looked it up on the Tin Can Knits and it looks fine. So that's good. So I cast on my mission today. I think it's supposed to be tomorrow.
No, it's today. They ear burned me today.
Oh, really? I didn't get
it. It's the 24th.
It is the 24th. I thought it was the 25th. Well, I'll have to cast on.
So, what you all don't know is that I was told that I needed to add to my mission. So, I have added the Little Pixels sweater. So, it's the pixelated pullover, but for kids. I'm thinking about the newborn size because a friend of mine is having a baby. Actually, due date is the day after my birthday, which is end of January. So, perfect weather time.
Yes.
So, I'm thinking that it'll be the newborn because if I make the 3-month, that'll be just too big.
No, it won't.
It won't?
No, I think I would make
the 3-month?
That's
okay.
Right. Because if it's a big baby, they blow past newborn in no time.
Okay. I just don't want to make something that then he couldn't wear.
Oh, I don't think you have to worry about that.
Okay. So, I have not started that yet because I have to decide what order I want to knit the colors in. So, the colors I have... And of course, I texted the mom And I was like, what color order do you like? Like, I'd already showed her the pattern. I already told her I was going to make this for her. Because I want to make the big person pixelated pullover for myself, and I kind of want to test my tensioning with the little kid version.
What a good
Which
idea.
is why I'm not making the cardigan, because it would be different tensioning. I thought this through.
Very clever.
I am trying.
Very smarty. Very smarty.
No.
I know.
So my 3 colors are right here. So I'm thinking either the dark teal or like the greeny tealy color. It's not coming out really true on camera. Or the dark gray are going to be the main body color. I kind of like this as the neckline. It's
Nice.
all in Cascade 220 Superwash, so it's all washable.
Great.
So that's like it's not an issue having one color or the other up by the face. So I'm thinking this, and then I was thinking this progression, but I also kind of like this progression.
It is a good progression.
I just don't know.
I like the colors, and I'm not a green person.
I know. Well, yeah, I know. So
But they're pretty.
But I also like this, but I don't want to I don't know. I think I'm going to just start it, and when I get to the point of color 2, I'm just going to reach in my
your
bag.
hand out.
And whatever happens, happens, because Mama of Future Bebe said, whatever you want, surprise me. So
Okay.
she already said she liked the colors, and that was before that they had announced they were having a baby boy. Yeah, because I had asked her, are you, would you mind, this is what I was planning on knitting you, for the baby. Would you mind if, are you going to, be gender normative with your color selection? And she was like, I'm not putting my baby boy in hot pink, and I'm not always dressing my little girl in blue. And I was like, oh, but if I made a sweater in these colors, and she goes, I will put whatever child comes out of me in that. And I was like, okay. So that was what I added to my mission. But what I cast on was the Twigs pullover in the Nerd Girl Yarns chainette that I picked up at the retreat. And it is a cotton bamboo blend that is chain plied or chainette. So it's like it's an I-cord. It's an I-cord.
Yes.
It's an I-cord knit. It's really lovely. The alpaca really softens the cotton.
It does.
So I was able to I'm almost through the first set of patterns.
Nice.
Which is the yoke. So I'm hoping to get that done today. If not, I don't. That's fine. But the fact that I had to add that second project makes me a little nervous just with my lack of mojo. Because I did something silly today. Do you have anything else to talk about before we talk about my silly thing that I signed up for? Good.
I do.
Good.
This is my pullover.
Age of Asparagus?
Age of Asparagus. And, I bought 3 of these Likey
Lykke
wooden needles. And they
So
are
pretty.
very slippery, which is nice. But they're not very pointy. And these are the needles.
I mean, they're pretty sharp.
Yeah, but wait till you see these, right?
Right.
Look at these. The difference is night and day, actually,
Okay.
when you touch them. These are the darn pretty needles.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I mean, for wooden needles, those are still pretty darn
They're
sharp.
pretty good. Yeah, they're pretty good, but I'm used to these.
I mean,
These are the darn pretty needles, and they're the sharpest wooden needles I have ever...
I mean, like, I think the Likes are sharper than my Dreams.
Yes, I do think so.
I also don't know if these Dreams have worn down. I've had these.
They are sharper than that. They're not as
years.
sharp as these.
Right, but also they're more readily available than those.
Yes, yes.
And by these and those, we mean the darn pretties.
Yes, the darn pretties are those. This is these. This is the Likey. So other than, but I'm keeping my darn pretty needles close by. So there's enough space in these needle holders to hold 2 sets of circular needles like this. And you can put them in past the join so you don't have to stress the join. So I think it's really neat. So anyway, I've got them. I'm knitting them on these Likey needles, and I'm not sure if you can see, but yes, I have taken out that cable pattern once and restarted it. What I had hoped to do is, instead of having the purl in the middle, so it's one pattern and one pattern, I was hoping to butt their edges, but the math didn't work out. I'll think about that maybe the next time or when I write up the pattern. So I do have my cable pattern started. I'm up an inch, so I've also started my waist shaping. So I've got my first set of decreases in for the waist shaping. So I'm really excited about that. So this is moving along. My plan, if I have one, is to actually finish that cowl, to get it off the needles. So it's one less thing that's going around. And then I can really concentrate on...
what's your mission? Did you propose a mission?
I did. And so that will be cast on tomorrow.
Oh my God.
Not today. So, yeah, because I can make it 25% of the way.
Right. True.
I've proposed a tie neck sweater. So basically something that has a bow. I love those sweaters. And there's a pattern in a stitch in time that I wanted to play with. So this is my fourth thing on the needles. I'm on row number 48 in that cowl.
I thought you said 46.
No, I finished 47 while you were looking at something. So I'm starting from row 48. There's 82 rows to go.
No, there's 82 rows total.
Total, yes.
So you've got 30 some odd, 32, 34 left.
Yes. So unfortunately I have some research to be working on this week. So we'll see. If I could just knit, I could get it pretty well done. So anyway, this is coming along. And I worked on it yesterday. I did knit in the church before the ceremony. As we said, we were there an hour plus early.
And you were working on that in the Starbucks too.
Yes. So we were a little early, so I didn't see any problem in knitting before anybody else showed up for the church. There was one other family that showed up coming in from Toronto, and they looked at us and said, that's a brilliant thing to do, is to bring something to wait, to work on while you wait. So I'm really happy with this, and it is coming along. So that's good. And
so I did something dumb today.
Yeah, what did you do? Oh, and I have these things to talk about,
we
too.
will.
Okay.
And you wanted to talk about the Knitmores.
Yes.
So I did something dumb. So I don't know if you all follow No Law Knits, NOLAWKNITS on Instagram. But if you do, you'll have seen this sweater she posted a few days ago that was, that she said that she was looking at, putting out. And I was like, that's really pretty. I'm thinking about it. Like, maybe I'll test it. Maybe. We'll see. And so she said, she posted that it was finished and that it was graded into 6 different sizes. How can I hold the phone? There we go. 6 different sizes. And it's just really beautiful. I really love the welted epaulets. And I love that she used a neutral with a pop of color. And so she posted earlier today, 12 hours ago it says, a call for testers.
It didn't take you long to fall off the wagon, did it?
So I volunteered to test. It's set to be a month-long test.
It's flexible.
But it's a flexible deadline, so I do have some time. It's DK.
Okay.
She says that it'll take about, her sizes are 34, 38, 42. I'm going to do the 38 because I usually knit a 38 or a 40, and I'd rather make the 38 because I like fitted sweaters. Except the way she wears it, it's a little loose, but we'll see.
The way she wears her sweaters doesn't have to be the way you wear your sweater.
Exactly. So she says that that for the 38, it uses about 500 grams of DK weight yarn. Okay, I was reading that wrong. Okay, hold on then. We might rethink which yarn we're gonna use.
But you thought it was 500
I thought
yards.
it was 500 yards. So clear. So do we have yardage? That's not enough. That's only 3 skeins. Yeah, that's 300 grams. So trying to think. I have my stash open on.
Yeah, we're looking at her stash. My stash
iPad.
Just reach behind my head.
Right. So I'm trying to see if there's a way to look up your the grams. It doesn't look like it.
No, it's just the numbers that you've got.
Yeah, and the yardage. That's 200 grams.
Ooh,
so I was thinking that, but that's only 400 grams.
Yeah, but the shoulders are going to be a different color.
Right. Because I had 1 or 2 other things that weren't attached to projects. So 500 grams of worsted DK. That's
we have to go to the next page. Go to the next page.
Okay, go to the next page.
What's in that?
Those are, I have a sweater. That's my pixelated pullover.
Oh, okay.
I have a blue. I don't know which blue of the Cascade 220, and I have a lot of that.
Oh, well, that's a
so possibility. I could see it. I don't know if it's the super light blue. I don't know. Unless I did black epaulets, that'd be really cute.
That'd be really pretty.
That'd be really pretty. Or with the navy, I have the navy blue. Okay, so that's an option. When I go home, I'm going to pull out some yarn and post it for her. I don't think it'll look good with that variegated.
Oh, I think it would, and then just pick one of the colors to do the epaulettes in.
Because I have exactly 500 grams. Well, I'll post it as an option. So I have this Ella Ray DK from the Yarn Crawl a few years ago.
I like that.
I do too. It's very pretty. I was going to make my Prairie Fire out of that.
What's a Prairie Fire?
It's shawl? It's a sweater that has, it's a lot of lace, so you wear it with a tank top underneath. Or a shirt underneath.
What's this? The Clever.
Clever, that
Boston, Nevada.
Boston, Nevada. That was going to be a, cardigan. An asymmetrical opening cardigan.
You've got cephalopod over there.
I do, but that's what I made my Cora out of, so I only have... I have like 500 yards left over, but now that I saw that it was grams and not... Yeah.
There's that blue.
I have that blue, which is 500 grams. I was going to make this out of that, but I can always make something. I can always use it for something else. I was going to make
That's very pretty.
Yeah, and I thought that blue would be really pretty. I have that purple.
Oh, well, that would be nice.
Yeah, I'll pull out a bunch of options and post them. I thought I had a whole big plan, and then I misread it. But yeah, so I'm going to be doing that. So I hope to pick the yarn now, or tonight or tomorrow.
I'm casting this thing on just because it's up here in the study.
Yeah. So I think that my Oak Park is going to stay my purse knitting because I'm now carrying around my big Cora bag again.
I've got to change my purse.
It's too small?
It's just a little too small.
Well, especially now that you've got classes going again.
Well, and
you seem to carry more.
That big carabiner. I've got to get a smaller carabiner.
You do.
I really do.
And then I've got my mission that I'm working on. And then eventually I will go back to my grandpa sweaters because those need to get done for Christmas.
Yeah, they do. And you don't want to be making yourself crazy.
I don't, but the fact that I have to figure out the sleeve, I just have to figure out and set up the sleeves. I just have to set up the sleeves. They're picked up. I just haven't put them on the same cord.
I'd like to know what I do with those other tubes. They're around here someplace.
Okay.
When I find the backing, I will save it so I can tell you all next week.
Okay.
So I'm very happy with them. They're metal and they've got a plastic slit top that kind of sucks down over the needle cords. So far, I haven't had any problem with them, and I think it may solve my problem of breaking my wooden needles when I'm not knitting on them. I have a problem breaking the needles when I am knitting on them, but that's because they're usually the smaller sizes.
Yeah.
I've broken 1s, 2s, and 3s, and I have no business buying any wooden needles that's a 1, 2, or a 3.
Not when you can get the carbons.
The carbons really are a saving grace, and then the 4s generally have enough heft that they're not a problem. I have no idea what happened to those size 8s. But Darn Pretty Needles, he is doing some turning, so every once in a while I go and I look. And I should be able to get a replacement size 8 tips. Okay. Which would be good. If not, what I did was I actually used a pencil sharpener and I sharpened that sucker right on down. So I've got I guess about a 3-inch tip and a 5-inch tip, which makes it a little odd for knitting, but at least it's not totally wrecked.
Right.
And I sanded and sanded and sanded. I had gotten in touch with them, and I took a picture of it, and they said they had no idea what could have happened, and intimated it was my fault. And it very well could have been, because I was jamming it into my briefcase. So, I have done that I don't know how many times, but this time may have been just the time that killed it. Mm-hmm. So I'm not saying it's their fault at all, but he is back to doing some turnings, and I should be able to get replacement tips. So that's excellent. I'm just a little. I thought I had brought those tips up, and I don't know what happened to them. But anyway.
So, on our travels this weekend, we were listening to podcasts.
Yes.
We listened to the Knitmore Girls and to the Downseller Studio.
Boston Jen.
And
what's a nice chirpy girl. Yes.
And we met her at Vogue Knitting Live last year.
Did we?
Yes, in the marketplace. We stopped.
Yes. We met several people in the marketplace. I hope to meet more people in the marketplace.
We have not looked at the classes.
No, we will. The classes came out, and the 2 big packages came out, which include dinner and cocktails. With our food allergies, dinner has always been somewhat comme ci comme ça, and I will miss seeing the fashion show.
Yeah, and listening to whomever they have talk.
Right, but it's not worth the cost of the dinner. I'm sorry. It's like $125 or something like that.
Yes.
And it's just, without a food allergy, it would be lovely.
Mm-hmm.
But with the food allergies, we were always trying to flag the guy down to tell him we're the people that have the dairy-free and gluten-free and all that. So anyway, we will not be doing that. Your dad, my husband, will likely join us in the city again. I'm going to do what I did last year, is go in really early. Actually, rent the room for Thursday, but go in very, very early on Friday morning. Like last year, I left here at 4 a.m., which means it's really easy to park. I can check in. They've held the room for me. And, it worked out really well.
And depending on when we decide to take classes, I'll either meet you that morning or that afternoon.
Right. So there are classes on Friday morning, and last year I got in early, and then I took a wee bit of a nap, and it was great. I know some people stay at places other than at the Marriott Marquis. We did one year, and
the first year we did it.
People in Times Square are a little scary in the evening, right?
I mean, I ignore them. Yeah. I work in the area now, and I
think they're a little scary. They're very aggressive.
They are, and
I don't mind being aggressive, but actually when I'm loaded down with a bag or two
and when
of yarn,
she's tired, she does not get as tired angry as I am.
Right.
I get very tired angry. Like if I'm tired and you're going to be aggressive towards me,
she'll probably take you down.
Oh, you better hope you can run faster than I can.
So anyway, we had stayed once before 2 blocks away at a very nice Residence Inn. I have to say the hotel was very nice.
It's over by my office now, I realize.
I really like the Residence Inns. It gives you a nice size room, and you have the option of making coffee whenever you want. And yes, I know in the Marriott you can too. it's just a little bit more freedom, I think, in a residence inn. But be that as it may, we'll be getting a room at the Marriott Marquis. And I will probably do just as I did, because it will mean only getting up an hour before I normally get up. I go in, I'll set an alarm so I can take maybe just a brief nap, or just close my eyes and rest a little bit. And then I can go to my first class. And
we'll see what's being offered.
It's not that I don't know how to do things, but this year I think I'm going to look at who's teaching the classes.
The Martina Bame on Friday night I want to do.
Well, let me see what it is. But there's Mary Jane Mucklestone. There's
Nancy Marchand. Even though we both know how to brioche, we should take a brioche class with her.
I'm not really good, because I've been working on that Oracle shawl just a bit, and I realized that my brioche is not something that I can do without really paying attention. So I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to take out the little bit of the brioche section that I started, because I wasn't paying attention, and I realized I had not done it properly.
So I think we should take a class with them, or with her, because on the podcast we heard that, that she was, the person to take it with, and I know she's teaching at least 1 or 2 classes.
Exactly, yes. And, we're going to look. Franklin Habit is always a hoot. But there's a lot of people that are just leading lights in knitting, and the opportunity to take a class with them, I think, would be really special. So I'm probably going to be looking at the teachers rather than specifically what they're teaching, and then I'll be looking for DK weight yarn again. And two of my teachers for Rhinebeck have sent notes ahead that there's homework.
Oh, did you want me to take a look at that?
Well, no, I'll be fine. Okay. One is the homework for the zippers and buttons. So I will do that probably next weekend. And then Nathan just wants people to be able to do the slingshot cast on. And all I'll do is I'll just look at his video. I'm assuming it's the same kind of long tail cast on that I normally do, but I just want to check. And then I can't remember what my third class is, but I can look it up. Whatever. I think it's color mixing on the color wheel type of thing. I'm not sure. And then I haven't heard much more about the volunteer work, but
classes, there are still some openings in some classes.
Yes.
I saw over the past week, there have been, for some of the more popular classes, there have been some people who have dropped. So they post on their Facebook that there's 1 or 2 openings, however many openings there are, and to go pick it up if that you've been waiting for that. So definitely check that out if you're trying to get into a class.
At the Beekman Arms, there's going to be
Needles Up is on Friday at the Beekman Arms. That's with
Legacy
Knits.
Yes, and
Andy
and Andre Sue Knits.
Yeah,
and I can't remember who else. And they're going to be there. And then of course there's the
India Untangled
over in Kingston,
where you have to pick up the bags and the yarn that we ordered.
You're going to give me a list.
I will.
Because
I will be in Miami.
Yes. So I'm going to be going over there. In fact, I will hopefully be there by noonish and eating lunch over there. So that I'll be there in good time, get a good parking space, and be there to pick up stuff and say hi to Kristen, our friend.
And I believe Stephanie from Asylum Fibers
is going to be there. Yes. So I'll be looking forward to seeing her. And so that should be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to that.
Oh, and you can say hi to Lisa, who's the coordinator.
Yes. We've met Lisa a couple times in person, and just lovely person. And I am looking forward to that. And then the next day, I do volunteer work in the morning over at Rhinebeck. God knows where they're going to put me, but I will do my best. And then there's the podcaster meetup, and I should have some things to hand out. We're going to work on that.
I have not been told about this yet, so keep posted.
In fact, I may have a surprise in one of the things I hand out. I was thinking about that today.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, goodness.
I'm so excited to hear about it.
And then the afternoon is Nathan.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's another class on Sunday. So,
hopefully you'll have some time to do some shopping, too.
well,
I think it'll depend on what Babs and Dragonfly do.
Yeah. I mean,
because Dragonfly posts what they're going to do beforehand,
yes.
so we can determine. And then Babs doesn't post, which is unfortunate.
But, you know, she saves enough to have some on Sunday, and, you know, it's only crazy between 9 and 10. Or that first hour, really. And after that, it
Right, but if you want the colorway, you really have to be there then.
Okay, but, you know.
I know, last year we weren't in love with it. We both really liked the purple, though, the year before.
We did.
And we liked what Dragonfly did.
We're going to see. We'll just wait and see.
We will see.
We will see. Dragonfly you could order.
Huntsman, really?
Yeah, that's what...
No, you ordered Vogue.
Vogue. I think you could order Huntsman, too, afterwards.
Maybe. Okay.
Afterwards. Because they can only bring so much to the fair.
When they post, I will follow up with them.
Absolutely. So, the other thing I saw was 2 books that came in. I'm working on this. So, this is a book I saw on Dimensional Tuck Knitting. And I think I saw it in my Vogue Knitting book. It was one of my magazines that I was looking at the book section. And it just caught my eye.
So it had to come home.
And so what it is
instead of cables, it's tucks.
Tucks. It's a book full of patterns of tucks. But then in the back, they actually have some things made up. So I think that hat needs to come home. Definitely needs to come home. I think part of that's going to be fuchsia and maybe black. Maybe dark gray. That would be pretty. Dark gray and fuchsia to go with my new coat that I'll be making. So that is up ahead. And then this is a book that Cheryl was talking about from Knit. And she made the hat on number 42. I guess it's number 42. Let's get to number 4. Yes.
Oh, which is on the cover.
Hat. It's on the hat on the cover.
Wait, Cheryl designed that?
No, she made that.
Okay.
And it was a really cute hat.
It is really cute.
And considering that I lose my hats, like, in a blink of an eye, I have no idea what happens to all my hats. But that is such a cute hat. And it kind of fits my aesthetic in terms of hats quite well. So that's it's a slouchy seed stitch hat. It's number 42 in this book. These are quick luxury knits. And I think I found something to make for my mother for Christmas in here. I think it was a cowl of some description.
God bless you.
God bless you, yes. If you heard that.
You heard that. That was my father in the kitchen.
I thought that was really neat.
Yes.
And I think she might wear that. Maybe.
Maybe
it's a lace.
You made it. It's precious.
Yeah, not that precious. She's given
She won't wear the shawl I knit for her.
So, there
That's
it
lovely.
is. So I think it's a possibility. And it's in her colors right there. So I think that is going to be her Christmas present. She doesn't watch this podcast. I can talk about all I want. So, really neat. It's called 60 Quick Luxury Knits. Elegant, easy projects for every day in the Venezia collection from Cascade Yarns. By Sixth and Spring Books.
Yep, that's the
publisher. Okay, and this one
was Dimensional Tuck Knitting.
Also from Sixth and Spring Books. So anyway, some fascinating books that I have managed to find something in each of them.
Sixth and Spring is the Vogue publisher, I believe.
I have no idea. Anyway.
So, yeah.
I'm surrounded by things, and if I didn't have this research that I had to write up, I would be knitting and I'd be getting things done. Darn that research.
See, I say darn that sleep. I've just been falling asleep.
Well, that can cut into your knitting time, too.
It can.
Yes, very much so.
It can.
But Yeah, no, I've been actually doing pretty well on that. What else? That's about it. I just need to hunker down and finish this one project in terms of research. And then I've got another one starting on Wednesday that I think will go slower, but we'll see.
Okay.
But, I've got to bang out the first draft of this one. And once I get the first draft out, then I can throw it off to the other co-authors. They can get back to me and we can work it back and forth. So I think I'll try to get 4 pages done tonight. And that'll be good. So that'll be a total of 6. Then I'll interview one of the other co-authors because she's the one who's actually done it in class. And then, and she's got another theory she wants to put into it. So that'll be another probably 4 or 5 pages. It'll be a decent size. So that'll be good. And then we'll have conclusions. She can tell me what her results were from when she ran it in class. So that's moving along. The ethics game that I'm creating is moving along. We've now found a 5-question little scale to give them as a pre-test and post-test. I've made up my half of the game cards. 2 of the guys that work in the dean's office are making us a 3D printed spinner. So that's good. This week we'll start making the footprints that they'll walk on. So that's coming along.
And the open house is for?
Prospective students and their parents up at Manhattan College, and it is October 29th. I believe it opens at about 10 with mass, and then there's a welcome speech, and then we start seeing people up in the gym to talk about academics about noon, and it goes till about 3 or 4 depending on the size of the crowd, and then we can pop on home. But I've got
is that?
It's October 29th.
Okay.
So then I can pop on home, and I've got this game the marketing club can help me run, and then we have another game for the management club. So,
all the games.
But I think it's an interesting way to think about different theories and different pieces of theories if you can actually inhabit the concept. So we're working on that. But that's not really, it took a couple hours today. But if I can do a couple pages tonight, that'll be good. That'll be very good. And other than that, I think that's about it.
To weave in our ends?
Yes, weave in those ends.
We have no ends to weave in,
no,
actually, but...
Well, I've got this one.
Yeah, but you can't weave that in yet.
Well, actually, what I'm going to do, this is supposed to be knit circular.
Oh.
But I'm doing the first 4 rows individually.
Flat, and then you'll seam
I'll
up
be
the
able
little...
to seam it, so that will be woven in actually pretty soon. I've got 1 more row to go, and then I'll have enough.
Then you'll join it so
then
that
I'll
you
join
don't
it
twist
so
it.
I don't twist it, because with 275 stitches,
I understand.
really easy to twist.
Yeah.
So it's been a great weekend, and I would have gotten further on my research.
When I started this, I did it flat for a little bit, as you can see.
I think it works out quite well.
Yeah, and then you leave a tail, and you use the tail to sew up that little...
And I sew up mine,
doodad.
I weave in that end pretty early, because I don't like getting this caught up in the rest of the knitting. So once I join it, I'll do a couple rows just to hook it in. I thought it was interesting that Knit More Girls was saying that they've heard that what you do is you cast on one more, and that what you do is you...
Knit 2 together?
Knit 2 together. And we were going to talk about them in their sweater.
You want to do their sweater thing.
I do. We're going to have to make a spreadsheet.
No, that was for the spreadsheet's not...
It's just finishing sweaters?
Yes.
Okay.
Theirs is... So the Knit More Girls, if you're not aware, have 2, pretty much all the time, contests running, both on Instagram. I believe they also have threads in their Ravelry groups. One is the sock-along. Can't remember what it's called officially, but it's their sock along, and you post anything related to socks or your toesies on Instagram, and you hashtag, here I'm gonna go to
your wrap
boards
stuff
to see. Oh crud, that wasn't the one I wanted.
Because I can post my Rhinebeck sweater, And then I could post my dad's sweater, and then I could post, since I'm such a sweater knitter.
So it's the show us your sock drawers, I think.
I think so too.
So it's hashtag show us your sock drawers, I believe. Hold on, let me look. Yeah, I can't.
I don't see a hashtag.
I don't see a hashtag in here.
Oh, how cute!
But it is show us your sock drawer. So it's to get you knitting socks, and then they have a project sweater a contest called or Instagram hashtag of show us your sweater chest. So it's hashtag sweater chest. I believe, or show us your head
or something.
So show us your sweater chest.
I will look it up.
Yeah, it's pretty great. I don't see it on here.
No.
Specifically. Well, let's see what it says in their show notes. Show notes. Show notes. If you'll load.
And I've heard from our winner. So Ashby and I have corresponded.
It's called Operation Sock Drawer is the sock knit along. It's hashtag Operation Sock Drawer. And the sweater chest, knit yourself a sweater chest or a small person sweater chest, just any sweater really.
Yes.
Is hashtag Project Sweater Chest.
Okay.
So Mom is intending on entering a bunch of her sweaters into Project Sweater Chest. Well, the ones that you finished recently, at least.
Well, the Rhinebeck sweater.
Yes.
And then the ones that I finished that are on the needles now, at least one or two of them will get finished because it goes to the end of the year, I believe.
I think it's all the time. They don't really end a lot of their knit-alongs.
Which is nice because sometimes it just takes longer.
Yep.
So,
you heard from Ashby?
I heard from Ashby. I will be seeing her around Columbus Day, and I'll be giving her prize.
Good.
And then we have Rhinebeck, where I've got an idea. And then we'll see if we're going to do anything till the end of the year, or maybe we'll start something when we get back. Maybe. Anyway, lovely to have you all come and visit.
Yes.
We really appreciate it. We've had a really active weekend.
We have.
It's been a lot of fun.
It has.
Yes.
Well, we will see you all next week. And until then, have a good week.
Bye.
Bye.